Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you guys so much for clicking on this video. If you want to subscribe or leave a comment, also I got this really awesome Death to the World tapestry. I'll post it down below. I got it from Etsy, so I don't know, I just absolutely love it. I'm gonna get right into this video, and hopefully I can make it quick, and hopefully I won't ramble. I have a new microphone, so I'm hoping that the audio is better quality. um, so yeah, why am I here today? I am here to talk about veiling. I want to first say that I do not veil full time. If the Lord wants me to veil full time, of course, um, you know, I don't. Who am I to say no? But I want to talk about my experience and why I am veiling, kind of how I found it. So, my background is very, I was Protestant. I was attending a non denominational church, and I was really fed up with fruitless sermons and just this lackadaisical way of worshiping that I found in a lot of these churches. I am in the South, and there are a lot of just, it feels like everybody wants to be a mega church, right? Um, so I completely moved away from that. I didn't want that, obviously. So I started praying for sanctification and for the Lord to guide and lead me. And I'd kind of gone down this rabbit hole of failing, just like, popped into my head. And I started to research it and see that of course, it's biblical. Um, but a lot of people have stepped away from it, especially here in the Western culture hemisphere that we are in. We often associate veiling with the Muslim culture, or we also associate it with being oppressed, that women are oppressed, and that's why they veil, and it's an outdated practice. So I started to pray about it, and of course, I just felt like it was right to veil when I was praying. So I started doing that very, very little, and I loved it. So during that time of leaving the non denominational church, uh, I was attending an Anglican church and kind of always wanted to, well, not always, but I had this like inkling of like wanting to visit a Greek Orthodox church, but I didn't really, I was scared, if I'm being quite honest with you. That's another story for different video. So I didn't veil when I was at the Anglican church when I was there and just visiting. I think I was there for like 2 months or so. Um, I was honestly kind of afraid to because no one else did. Uh, so before I went on a trip to Greece, I thought, oh, I'll just visit a Greek Orthodox church while I'm in Greece. But I ended up just visiting, I think the week before I left. I just attended the parish that I'm at now. And to my surprise, uh, there were a lot of women that were veiling. In fact, one of the first women I had met, she was wearing a veil, and it was just like, I don't know, she was just so beautiful. Not because, I mean, obviously she is beautiful, but um, just the act of reverence and respect that it takes to put on a veil before entering a place of worship is completely lost. Like, it's just, we don't do it anymore. And it was so nice to see women who were returning to this practice. And so now I veil whenever I pray, whenever I go into the place of worship. This is such a small act of submission and obeying the Lord our God. And it really truly is life changing to put yourself in a position and say, let me cover my hair before I come to God. It's not to say that he won't accept me, of course. It's not to say that he won't accept me without a veil, but it's just this act of obeying and obedience to the Lord that I think really enriches one's life. Unfortunately, we've really moved away from it, and the only churches that are really partaking in this are Catholic and Orthodox churches. Seems like anything that was good for us or that held some type of substance for us as Christ followers, the Western culture, the evangelical culture has really stripped away from a lot of us. This is not for me to start a debate or anything like that, but I just see how many things get stripped when you're in the Protestant realm. And I'm specifically speaking from my experience. The church I used to attend, like I said, a non-denominational church, we didn't even have communion every Sunday. It was once a month, and they don't believe that it is the actual body and blood of Christ. That's another problem. But what I'm trying to get at is that we've really just taken like the basics of Christianity, the things that held meaning and brought us closer to God. We've taken out of the church, and I think that's why a lot of people are finding themselves scrambling for truth within Christianity. I'm sorry, I don't want to get off topic. So I've been veiling, and it's been very great, very enriching for me to be on this journey. And I'm so thankful that I no longer feel alone in veiling, whether that's to pray or to go to church. Like I said, I don't know if the Lord leads me to veil 24/7, so be it. But I really encourage you, if you are a woman watching this and you are a Christian, to maybe just try it and to get back to biblical Christianity. I might catch a little bit of flack or heat for that in the comments. But just doing some research on it, and the history has been eye-opening to see that the further we get into this life, it's like the more we abandon the the fundamentals of faith. I have this other veil as well. It's a mantilla, which is normally in the Catholic Church. It's like a lacy veil. I got this from Veils by Lily, if you're interested. And it's got a sewn-in clip, which is very nice. I wear scarves normally, but sometimes I do wear a lacy veils. I have like a bunch of scarves now because I didn't veil before, so I didn't really have the need to have scarves. But now that I am veiling, I'm like, ooh, this would make a great veil. Anyways, I'm just looking at Theotokos, Mother Mary. Anyways, I'm gonna wrap up this video because I don't really know how long it's gonna be, and I'm sure that I just rambled and I didn't really say anything of importance. But give me ideas of what videos you would like to see next. Yeah, so I will see you guys in the next video.